Guys, here we are. Got the brush hog attached. We're gonna go cut some grass. We're cutting some grass. Hold on. We were cutting some grass earlier, and the thing started to leak hydraulic fluid. And I completely forgot that I filled it to the rim, because these gearbox, we got this brand new. It's brand new. It's partly used brush hog, and the catch 22 with this is somebody ran this bit out oil, and they said that it's seized. Tractor Supply said they'll sell it to me for a good portion. We got it for like, I think $600 or $400 cheaper. So they're the one that's made in China. Anyways, I think Sylvia already said the story. The one made in China was like $1,400. This one normally I think was like $2 or $21. We got it for $16, and they ordered a new gearbox for us. But I said I'll give it the Polish 1-2 try. I put gear oil in there, and I started spinning with a very big stick, and it broke free and it unseized. But I put 2 bottles in there, so as we were running it, it got lubricated real well. And as soon as the oil got kind of hot, it got thin, and it started leaking out. That's why all the sawdust around it. But I got it. We cleaned it. I'm gonna leave the sawdust there for the time being, and then we're gonna keep going at it. So that's it. Going back up to do some more mowing. Take you guys with us to see what we run into. But everything seems to be working well, real well. That's all. Okay. It rained and then it stopped. So away we go one more time. I'm gonna take you guys with us. Gotta find a spot for this GoPro. GoPro, you wanna be my GoPro? There you go, right there. Good morning, guys, or good afternoon. So sorry for the noise. The generator's running in the background. So listen, here's what we came up with, right? The brush hog blew the gearbox. It blew a bearing. I've never done one before. I don't know how complicated this is going to be, but I'm going to attempt it to do it and record it at the same time. But right now I'm just going to take it apart, so it's going to be kind of loud because I'm running the generator, because I need the compressor and so forth. But I'll walk you through it once I turn everything off and see what happens, see if I can actually do this. Got a little setup like this. Hammer died. Went to Tractor Supply, no bearing, right? Which you figure the Tractor Supply should have it. But good old O'Reilly's.
Kurva! Other part.
Had them. Had one, or I don't know how many they had. I know they had the one I needed. So I grabbed it. I already slapped it on. I greased everything lightly. I mean, there's gonna be gear lube in there. What I gotta do is I gotta grind. I gotta, this part, the other bearing was all right. I don't know what the cradle, or I don't know what you want to call this. I don't know what you call this really, but long story short, it fits on there perfectly. The only thing is this, you probably can't see on camera, it's dented really badly because this is the bearing. Out of all the bearings, that's the bearing that blew. Sent some scrap metal down to the bottom of the other bearings, but luckily didn't damage them significantly enough that they don't spin. I don't feel any tightness or any binding. So what I did was I blew it out with air. Then when I blew it out with air, I put a what's his name, WD on there and just washed whatever was in there, and I spun it. Then I blew it again. Then I washed it out with WD-40. I don't have a press, so I couldn't really press it out and press it back in. But then I did it one more time, and then at the end what I did was I have some 80 90 gear oil, and I poured it in like backwards through that shaft going down into the case to hopefully flush out whatever metal pieces there were in there, which there were a lot of metal, small metal pieces that I took out. So right now I'm just trying to sand this out. I mean, this is 120 grit. It's not really going to do miracles, but it will make it so it's a little bit smoother than what it is, which after a while with the gear oil in there, I got some grease. I think it will be all right. I would like to use this. I got this gear oil that's 0 weight, so that's, at that point that might as well be just straight, it's like almost like grease, but it's heavy. It'll be good for the bearings. Surprised these things don't have a magnet in them to pick up all the stuff, but I would slap a magnet on the side here somewhere, probably right here, just to pick up the stuff. But I think we're going to use the 90 weight gear oil on here just for shits and giggles. I don't know how much you're supposed to put in there, but we'll figure it out. So I'm reusing the old the bearing seal since O'Reilly didn't have a new one, and yeah, I kind of need this done. I couldn't really wait. We called and asked about the new gearbox, and they said the guy ordered it, but he doesn't know, and they won't expedite shipping, so we're kind of like in limbo. And then I wonder, and I still don't know what gear oil should I be using. Should I use the heavyweight or use this? So I guess we'll find out in a minute. Now if everything works out as planned, all this will just line right up and work like a charm. We got differential cover. This is like a diff, so we'll see how well it does on this side. A little bit of brake cleaner goes a long way, just to clean some of this stuff up. Like I said, I put a little bit of it's a plastic gasket. process is done.
Where are you gonna plug it in?
What?
You're gonna.
Yeah, I could start putting it back together. The gearbox, look. You can't spin it this way, but I don't think you're supposed to be able. Oh no, look.
Very nice.
It's actually pretty good in there. I must admit, for a first time doing this, not too bad.
Yeah.
But like I said, luckily, for all you guys you don't know, is my father-in-law is a full-blown farmer back in Poland.
And he's a tractor mechanic.
He makes a lot of weird, not weird, he makes a lot of front loaders for the tractors like the one this one's on, but he makes them custom for tractors that don't have them. And he customizes to put them on there. So everything I do, if I have a question, I call, I get an answer. So I got an answer for this one, because I asked him how accurate is this gearbox. It's really not. I mean, it is and it isn't. You can see it's got a little bit of play, but you know what? I'm spinning this by hand. I could even spin this when I first got it with a 6-foot pry bar. Now all I gotta do is not forget to fill it with oil. We got grease in there just to get the bearings going. And I think we're just gonna use the regular the 80-90 weight in there to see what she does. But I'm gonna just clean it up. I wanna clean up the deck over there because it's dirty. And then I'm gonna throw the bolts in somehow. I don't know how yet. I think I should have done different. Is that bearing that I tapped on the shaft, I think I should have tapped it on and then try this fit, tapped it on, try the fit, tap it on, try to fit. That way, this way, but there's no play in it, so it's perfect. It should be like that, should be snug. There's a little bit of play on this, but that's gear to gear. But this here is, there's nothing. Hopefully the bearings are nice and snug. The reason I'm saying that is because this will, once you screw this on, it'll push and it'll give you a nice bearing, bearing clearance. But this, I mean, there's a little bit in there, but you want a little bit in there just so this gearbox could actually spin. You don't want to tighten and it'll bind up the gears. This is nice. By the way, we have a new gearbox coming anyways. But we're not waiting. We're not very patient. So
we're gonna cut this trash.
Could have cut this stuff. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna clean off. Actually, I'm gonna clean my tools. I want to show you something, guys. I don't know if this makes a difference or not, but look. They only sharpen this end of it, literally, just this. Still got to do the other side. What I'm doing is I'm grinding this whole edge all the way up to here. Same thing on this side. I think it's gonna give me more of a cutting surface. Plus, if it's, don't forget, this is partly used. It's new, it's partly used. Whoever had it hit 1 or 2 rocks. We're gonna try to get this done 100%. But, all right, guys. It's another beautiful day at the Bear Way, getting stuff done. Right, babe?
What?
Whatever. All right, guys. Have a good night, and I'll show you this tomorrow. Finished product. Good morning, everybody. It is currently 8:30. So I shot ahead and got the gearbox mounted. Look at my wrench. They're all snug. I'm gonna finish putting the upper portion together so it's 100%. And then and that's it. And then I'm gonna put gear oil in it. Before we do that, I gotta sharpen the blades, which I'm gonna do shortly. But I need the bucket. I don't feel like working on the ground, so that's the game plan. So far, so good.